Good evening, Constantino.
Good evening, teacher.
How are
How
you?
are you?
Good.
I am fine.
All right. We also have, let's see, Edwin Mendez. Good evening.
Evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am fine.
Ready?
Um, tired, but fine.
Good. Let's see, Roberto Zúñiga. Good evening. How you doing, Roberto?
Good evening, teacher. Very well, I believe.
Okay. Good. And Ed Campos. Good evening. How are you?
I'm okay, teacher. I'm okay. Thank you for asking me.
Good. And just give me a second because there is a student who can access to Schoology. And we have Marlon Castillo. Good evening, Marlon. How are you?
Good evening, fine, fine, and you?
Good, good. Thanks for asking. And Lisette, but Lisette is connecting since 7, but she's not with the microphone like activated. So probably she has problem with connection or something because the microphone is not on. Okay, so we are going to start with attendance. And as you know, today you have the presentation. So you're going to present one by one about the process on how to do something. So I will project it on the screen and you say present when you hear your name. Let's see who says. Oh, Lisette. Hello, teacher. Okay, Lisette. Okay. Now I'm going to share the screen. And it says Felix Ernesto Castellanos. He's not here right now. Maybe later. José Mundo Ábalos. He's not here right now. Maybe later. Eric Campos. Eric Campos.
Yes, teacher, present.
Okay, Marlon Castillo. Marlon Castillo. Marlon.
Present, sorry.
Adolfo is not here. Nancy is not here. Omar Crespin.
Present.
David Ricardo León is not here. Francisco Gaitán is not here. Francisco Gaitán again is not here. Constantino.
Present.
Stanley is not here. Edwin Mendez.
Present.
Manuel Francisco. Juan Ramirez. Lisette is there. Francisco Spire is not here. Francisco,
Good evening.
good evening. Let's see who is. Francisco Gaitán. Okay. Roberto Zúñiga.
Present, teacher.
Okay. So this is the attendance, and before the presentations that you have today, I just want to review a little bit what you have to do this day. That is the presentation. So first of all, you are going to describe the process or the steps to do something. You have to use sequence adverbs. The sequence adverbs are first or first of all, later, next, after that, then, or second, third. Finally is the last one. First is the first one. Then in the middle, you can change after that, later, and all those words, you can change them in different positions. But you have to remember that first is always at the beginning and finally is at the end. The only thing that you cannot change is first from the beginning and finally from the end. You will never change them. Then the other words like later, after that, next, you can change them and you can repeat them as many times as possible. But you need to pay attention because if you use second, third, they will be in the second position, third position, so you will never change them. Yes, the only ones that you can change are then, later, after that, next, after. So those words can be changed and can be repeated as much as possible. Yes. And after you give the steps, you have to give also the instruction. So first and then the instruction. What would be the instruction? The instruction can be in different ways, but we need to practice one in specific because instructions can be first you put the materials into a bowl, just to give you an example. But if you say first you put the material, you're not giving an instruction. You're telling a sentence. Yes, for the instruction, you only use the imperative. First, put the ingredients in a bowl. Yes? So this is what we are going to do. We are going to use imperatives. If you want to add more information after the imperative, you can do it. For example, first, put the ingredients in the bowl. All the ingredients that you bought in the supermarket, including the honey, this, and this, because there will be only one step to mix the ingredients. So you need them all. You're giving information. The step was the instruction. Put all the ingredients in a bowl. That was a step or the order. Then the rest is just information that you want to add. Yes? So I don't know if you have any questions about it. No?
No, teacher, no.
Okay. And as I told you, you needed to upload the presentations in Schoology so that I could find them in entrega de examen semanal. So you needed to put the presentation in examen semanal so that I can assign a score. Some of you have, if you have problem entering to Schoology, so you can project it today and I will put the score at the same time. So that's another thing. I was saying to put the presentation over there for two reasons. Number one, because I can select the score immediately. And number two, because if you don't want to project it, I can download the presentation and I can project it. But if you didn't upload the presentation, you have to project it. So that will be the difference. Now, just to finish with this unit and before your presentations, in guía de trabajo, that is in semana uno, there is one that says guía de trabajo. So when you find guía de trabajo, that is not evaluated. You don't need to complete it. Yes, it is just to practice. Sometimes we use them for activities in class. So you don't need to complete them. It's just for you to practice but Roberto Zuniga completed. So good for him because he's practicing. Yes, good for you, Robert. And I will show you what the exercise is about. I will share the screen. So that activity that is in guía de ejercicio or guía de trabajo, sorry, guía de trabajo, you only have to use should or shouldn't to complete them. So we are going to refresh that thing over here because in your presentation, you can also use should, but if you're going to give a suggestion, yes? For example, if you will say that you need to do something quickly, You say, first, introduce, I don't know, introduce the key into the door or into the lock, because the lock is where you introduce it. Introduce the key into the lock. And then you want to say, you should do it carefully because you can damage the key. Yes? Or you should do it slowly because if you do it fast, it can recognize the key. So you can also use should, you can use any other structure that you want to use after you give the order. Yes, after you give the order, if you want to add something else, you can do it. Let's check the first one. Listen to that music. That is an instruction. Listen to that music. And then we have like suggestions or opinions. Our neighbors play music that loud at this hour. What is there? Should or shouldn't? What do you think?
Shouldn't.
Exactly, shouldn't. So listen to that music. Our neighbors shouldn't play music that loud at this hour. Now, number two, Francisco Gaitan. If your tooth is still hurting, is still hurting you, tomorrow you go to the dentist.
You should go to the dentist.
Good, you should go to the dentist or you should go to the dentist. Francisco España, number three. Kathy keep ringing her ex-boyfriend. I think he is with another girl.
Katie shouldn't keep ringing her ex-boyfriend.
Good. So shouldn't keep ringing her ex-boyfriend. Good. Number four.
I think he
Let's see.
is
Omar. Before going to
with a
Madrid
girl.
for your holidays, you try and learn something of the language. You will enjoy things a lot more. Should or shouldn't? Omar?
Should try. You should.
You should. Yes, you should try and learn something of the language. Good. Next one, Edwin. You, and then you have always knock on the door before entering. This is a private office.
Should.
Exactly. You should always knock on the door. Eddie Campos, number six.
Shouldn't.
Mm, we shouldn't bring something to Katie's party. I will feel really embarrassed otherwise. Mm, we shouldn't bring something to Katie's party. No deberíamos traer un regalo. I will feel really embarrassed otherwise. Me sentiré avergonzada si no lo hacemos. And you say,
Ah, pues no, it should, maybe, should.
so we should bring something to Katie's party. I will feel really embarrassed otherwise. I will feel really embarrassed if we don't do it. Number seven, Juan.
The model in TV is too sneak. She should, shouldn't eat more.
The model on the TV is too skinny, too skinny.
What's the meaning skinny?
Flaca,
Ah, okay. She should eat more.
she should eat more, I think. Number eight, David.
Lisa Lisanne should ask Brian to help her with her study.
He didn't the same course last year.
He did. He did the same course last year.
He
Good.
did. He did.
Good. Thank you. Marlon, number 9. Pregnant women.
Pregnant women shouldn't smoke as it can damage the baby.
Perfect. And the last one, Francisco Gaitan.
All right. We should leave too late tomorrow if we want to reach the beach before lunch.
We should leave too late, or we shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't leave too late. Yes, because late is negative. Yes. Now,
Yes.
in the presentation, if you have an instruction that you will give to describe the process, and then you want to add suggestion, you can do it too. Yes, as I was saying before. First, introduce the key into the lock. You should do it carefully because you can break the key. Yes, you can say it like that. Then start the car, moving the key to the right. You should do it at the same time that you press, and then you say what. Yes, I don't know what you are going to describe, but I'm just giving you an idea. So it's not only like first introduce the key, then move the key to the left. After that, press the pedal. No, it's not like that. It's like giving more information. That's why I told you that it will be for around 5 minutes because I know that you will give more information. So first, introduce the key into the lock. You should move it to the right because it is the best way to start it faster. Yes. Then you press the button on the board. So you will say, then press the button on the board so that you can do this, this, and this. At the end, you can say you can, whatever you want to say. But at the beginning, you will never start with you. You only give the instruction. Put, open, close, move, start, introduce, and like that. Yes? In the next part, when you're giving extra information or when you're giving suggestion, there you can use whatever you want, any structure, including should, can, whatever you want. Yes? So now, if you don't have any questions, we can start with the presentations. Who wants to be the first one?
Me, teacher, I wanted to first.
Good, Joshua. Good. Will you project it?
I can project in my computer, but I don't download in the platform, the Schoology.
You did it or you didn't?
You didn't. I didn't.
Okay, so you can project it from your computer.
Okay. You can see.
Yes.
Okay. Today, good evening, guys and teacher. Today, talking about how to install access panel, the Boeing 737-700. Okay. First, you examine the seal on the structure. You should replace the seal if you if they are damaged or missing or in bad condition. Second, examine the hot and lob seal. This is the seal that is contact with the panel in the structure. And then is replace. You should replace if the cell is damaged, missing 2. And later, you should clean the area. And next, you put the panel in position. After that, put the screw and tighten. And finally, you clean the area where you work. All process are following that approved data, the aircraft manual maintenance. Okay, that's all.
Good, thank you. Let's give it up for him. Good job. Only in 2 instructions that you say you. For example, in the last one, you said you clean. Even it was only clean, only instruction. But it was good. And it was interesting too. So I guess there are more people here who work in the same area, doing the same things, so they can say that it's understandable what you are saying. Good. Now another person, second
Me,
one.
teacher. I wanna be the second.
Are you going to share the screen?
Yeah, I will I will to project my information.
Okay. You can do it by, if you're in a computer, you can do it by using share screen, compartir pantalla, that is in green, in the bar below. And then you select the file that you want to share.
Tell me 1 minute, please. Wait.
Okay. You do it, Eric? Only go to the bar that is below. Solo vaya hacia la barra que está abajo. Ahí dice compartir pantalla en color verde. Le da clic y le va a salir las ventanas que están abiertas. Vaya hacia donde tenga el PowerPoint ya abierto. Le da clic y ahí en el botón que dice compartir que está al lado derecho en la parte de abajo.
Es que como lo tengo en el teléfono, lo estoy buscando aquí en los documentos del teléfono.
Ok. Si lo hacen desde un teléfono, lo mejor es que abran una carpeta solamente para el archivo. Así se les hace más fácil. Se van solo a la carpeta, lo abren y ahí está el archivo.
Si quiere que siga otro, voy a buscarlo bien ahorita.
Me, teacher.
Okay, so let's listen to Constantino. Will you project it, Constantino?
Yes, I project. Okay. Mm, okay. I will talk about the invoice activity. First, you need the contract for maintenance service by each aircraft. With the information, you can the initial invoices for service maintenance. During the service, you can analyze the information for advancing. When the service are finished, you should download the database for prepare the all information for support the invoices. Classify you classify the information the orders according the section of contract, and classify the database of materials too. After that, a summary is made with all the information, the jobs to invoice and final invoice. The invoice is sent to customer for pay. Finally, you prepare the profits and loss for analysis the result. Only that.
Okay, thank you. Let's give it up for him. Good job. Now, only one thing, Constantino. Remember that it was to give instructions. So it was mainly to use imperatives. That was the intention for the activity. So you were saying like you need to, you have to, and like that. That is okay. Yes, it is okay. But for the activity, it was to use imperatives.
Okay.
Only the instruction. Put this, introduce, complete. Yes,
Okay.
and that was the main point. But in general, I could understand the steps, I could understand everything, all the process, and it is possible to do it like that. But the activity was using imperatives, just to
Okay.
practice imperatives.
Okay.
But in general was good.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you,
Thank you.
Constantino. Another person?
It could be me.
Yes. So will you project it?
No, can you do it for me, please?
Is it on Schoology?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check. Or Francisco Gaitán.
Yes.
Si los puntos de referencia se combinan con el nombre del lugar y las cosas diferentes, puede tener una ubicación, una mejor ubicación. precisa de un lugar.
English presentation.
Yes.
Con una mejor ubicación. Se tiene una mejor ubicación. Ahí en el texto está ubicación. $6. ¿Qué?
Need to right now.
Bon. Mañana no tengo clase. Bendito sea el Señor.
Here you are. 1, 2.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm talking about how to do it, the operational check of the manual mass release. First, pull out the test button with your fingers, then turn it 90 degrees on the test position on all oxygen container. Second, make sure that these circuit breakers are closed. Third, on overhead panel 21 BU, lift the switch word, push and hold the mask on push button switch for a minimum of 2 seconds. The result on the overhead 21 BU panel, the system on indicator light come on. On the engine warning displays, the oxygen packs on indicator lights come on. Then on the maintenance panel 50 BU, push the time reset push button switch. The result on the maintenance panel 50 BU on the indicator light on the time reset push button switch come on the while push button is pushed. On the panel 21 BU, the system indicator light goes off. Later, on emergency containers, close the door on the emergency container, push the door on the oxygen container in the closed position, and finally, push all the test button back on the normal position and let them retracted on their containers. Thank you.
Good, good. Thank you. Let's give it up for him. Good. Just a pronunciation. Result. 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 Good. So it was like that. You describe the process, you give the instruction, and then you can give more information. Good. Another person?
Me, teacher, me.
One.
Yes.
Okay. Will you project it?
Yes, teacher, I can.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening. I talking about how to EPU start by batteries on A320. The first, make sure that the danger areas are clear of the person and equipment. Second, close the APU doors. Then push 1 and push 2, push button switch and auto position. Next, make sure that the sufficient fuel in the aircraft. After, make sure that the APU bleed push button switch in off position. Next, make sure that the transfer selector switch is in auto position. Later, open safety and tag circuit breaker L40. Next, push the APU master push button switch. And finally, push the APU start push button switch. Thank you.
Good job. Let's give it up for him. Good. Only two things. The first one, when you start, you have to say, I'm going to talk about. I'm going to. I'm going to talk about. Yes, instead of saying, I am talking about. I'm talking about has to be, I'm going to talk about, because you are sure about it. And the other one is thank you. It's
Ah,
it's
okay.
only thank you or thanks, but no thanks you. It's like mixed. So in other words, if you say thank you, this is formal, thank you. And the contraction or the reduction of thank you is thanks, but casual. So you say thanks. But if you say thanks, you don't say you, because thanks is like the reduction of thank you. Yes. So only those things. Then the process was good, 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 good. Thank you, Juan. Another person,
Me.
Marlon. Will you project it?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Good.
Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good evening, everybody. In my case, I'm going to explain the role that I perform in Aeroman. I am a responsible of building middleware applications. Middleware applications are in charge of interconnecting the heterogeneous application that exists in Aeroman. In Aeroman exists mobile application that uses the mechanics, the supervisors, the QC that supervising the task of the mechanic. For develop these engagements, our software development area does the following steps. First, receive the documentation about the new feature from the IT project managers, whether they are in change or new functionality in the applications. Second, review the request. Then we discuss some doubts with the person in the charge of the project. After that, plan the development in the schedule. Then start the development and do the magic to transform the code and the new features in the systems. After all, deploy the new functionality in the test environment. Also, the test environment is the test development is the business person with the project manager review the new functionality. After that, document the artifacts and compilate items in the new original request by audit topics. And finally, make the transition to productive environment. Only that.
Good job. Thank you. Let's give it up for him. It sounds an interesting thing to do at work. Good. Let's see another person.
Me,
Eric,
teacher.
Okay.
Roberto.
Okay.
Okay, Roberto. Roberto, then Edwin.
Okay, teacher.
Would
I'm
you?
going to project my presentation.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to explain about how to energize
Hold on, Roberto.
the.
Roberto. Will you
Let me.
project the presentation or you want me to project it?
Excuse me, teacher.
Will you project the presentation or you want that I project it?
I want to project and explain
But
the procedure.
we cannot see your presentation right now.
You can see.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
You
Okay.
look at me. Can you see it, guys?
Let me a moment, please.
No, no.
No.
Okay. So you have to give click.
And now, teacher.
There you go. It is starting. There it is.
Oh,
Now we can see it.
okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to talk, or I'm going to explain how to energize the aircraft A320. This is an Airbus. Okay. First, the technician make sure which the aircraft is grounded. All aircraft have 3 points to grounding. One is in the main landing gear at the right side. The other point is on the main landing gear left side. The other point is on the nose landing gear. You can ground in the aircraft wherever you want, but the important is grounding the aircraft to avoid electrical discharge to the persons. Okay. The second step, the technician should how to connect the external cable to the panel to electrical aircraft receptacle located into the panel or access door 121. Okay, that is installed in the low side of the aircraft nose. You can see this is a cable. This is a receptacle into the access, and the part where it is installed, is in the lower side of the aircraft. Okay. After that, the person how to go into the aircraft, and then the technician must how to go into the cockpit. There is the cockpit. In the cockpit, the technician check in the panel training 35 BU the controls to energize the aircraft. The procedure is first, the technician must check or make sure that which the bus type has to be available. The battery light has to be on off position. That is a push button. The battery 1, battery 2, and the external power push button is used to energize the aircraft. Okay. That are located in the overhead panel in the cockpit. Okay, how energize the aircraft? First, then after the check all position of the push button switches, the technician have to energize the ground power unit. Is after the energize the ground power unit, the technician or have to push the battery push button switch and make sure the fault line is not visible and the off light have to be turned off. After that, the battery 2 is the same procedure. Push the button, the fault line and off line have to be extinguished. After that, the technician will be laying a bar in the external bar with push button switch when to energize the aircraft, he have to push the push button and the aircraft will be energized. Finally, the technician must check in the icon, in the upper icon, in the lower icon, the red of the electrical energies in the aircraft. Yes. And finished.
Okay, thank you. Let's give it up for him. Good job. Now just stop sharing the screen. Click on stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now, your presentation was good. It was good. It was interesting. You were describing all the steps, but one thing happened. You didn't give instructions. This is,
Okay.
I will tell you this in Spanish to make it clear. La actividad
Yeah.
es como que ustedes me van a capacitar a mí. Yo estoy a la par de ustedes, entonces ustedes me tienen que dar la indicación. Poné esto aquí. Ahora que ya encendiste esto, sí puedes hacer esto, esto y esto. Luego, agregarle esto, esto y esto y esto. So that's what I needed. The rest of the information after the instruction, first instruction, and then you can say whatever you want. After the instruction, you can use should, can, must, have to, whatever you want to say. But the first thing that I needed to hear was the instruction. Yes, but then
Okay. Cool.
all the
Cool.
information that you gave, all the information that you gave was correct. Only the pronunciation is install. Yes, install. But then all the steps were in the correct order, vocabulary was proper, just the instruction that you missed. That was the only thing, but then the rest was good. Thank you, Roberto. Now, Edwin Mendez, will you project it?
Teacher, teacher.
Yes.
Can you see if you can project my presentation? I sent to the Schoology.
Okay, let me check.
Okay. I share a screen,
All
my
right.
screen. Can you see my presentation?
It's loading. Yes, it is. It is there.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I going to try to explain how to remove an escape slide raft for aircraft of A320 family. First, close the door or applicable door for passenger or crew. Then remove the safety pin of arm handle and push down the handle and put the arm position. From this step, uh, you should be very carefully because you can deployment the slide. After that, remove the slide cover and make sure that the safety pin of the reservoir is installed. Next, remove the connector ring and remove the stud. You should remove the stud with an Allen key. After that, we tilt the pack assembly to inboard side and disconnect the electrical connector. Next, disconnect the inflation cable. You should be very carefully in this step because if you pull a lot this cable, you can inflate the slide. Yeah. Then remove the gear bar from the gear bar assembly. And finally, storage the slide pack assembly on the safety place. And that's it.
Good job, Edwin. Thank you. Let's give it up for him. So exactly what I was expecting. First instruction and then suggestion or more information. Good. Just the pronunciation, it is installed. 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 And I'm not sure if you said, but I guess you said you wanted to say handle. Was that what you were saying?
Yeah, handle.
Handle. Handle.
Handle. Okay, handle.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
thank you.
And it was interesting too. Good job. So now, Eric Campos, I will project it for you.
Okay, teacher.
Is it this one?
Yeah. Okay, okay, people, I will talking about the installation of common display unit. Next, please. The common display unit is the screen of the aircraft. Next. First, you make sure that the circuit breaker is open, because if you don't sure that, you can damage the equipment. Next. Second, clean the component and the adjacent area. Next, please. Second, do an inspection of the component before the installation, because the component can be bad before the installation. Next. Third, make sure the housing of the display unit is clear to other dirty, and the ventilation holes is freely. Next, please. Next, you make sure that the electrical connection is in a good state. Next, please. After that, you need you put the component on the whole on the access panel. Next. You must put the handle in down position before you pull the screen. Next. Pull the screen and pull up the handle slowly because can broken. Next, please. After that, install the access panel cover on the main instrument panel. That cover protects the screens. Next, please. Tighten the screw slowly, only using your hands because that screw is very, very, very small. Next, please. After that, close the circuit breaker and activate the circuit of the screens. Next, please. Then turn on the screens and wait for 40 seconds to do the auto test. After, you can see the screen on the common display unit. Next, please. Next, please. Finally, you need to make sure that the area is clean and clear of the other devices. Thank you, teacher.
Good job, very good job. Let's give it up for him.
Thank you.
Only two things. Well, three things. Number one, most of the instructions that you gave, you were saying you, and it's not you. I only needed the instruction, like if I was in front of you, in Spanish again. Solamente quiero la indicación, como que ustedes me están diciendo, ponga esto aquí, remueva la parte frontal, atornille. Entonces, solamente el verbo, la indicación nada más, sin necesidad de decirme, usted levante, usted atornille, usted no, ¿verdad? Sino que solamente dicen atornille o atornilla, abra, cierre, solamente la indicación. Ya después de la indicación, lo que me vayan a decir de más de eso como información extra, no hay ningún problema, ahí pueden ocupar cualquiera, así como creo que fue Marlon quien lo explicó así, ¿verdad? Primero la indicación y luego, bueno, Edwin también, primero la indicación y ya luego ustedes podían decir should, you can, you must, whatever you want to use, but in the second part. The first part, only the instruction, yes? Then at the beginning of the presentation, I heard you said, I will to talk about, and it is only I will talk or I'm going to talk about, yes? But no will to, only will or I'm going to. And there was a part where you said, uh, you if you don't sure or something like that you said, but it's if you are not sure, I am sure, I am not sure, positive I'm sure, negative I'm not sure. Yes, but just that. Then I really liked it because even you were using real pictures. I guess it was real because I could see uh, like a face mask over there, so it was real. That's an interesting presentation too. Thank you, Eric. Good job. Next person.
I'm teacher.
Okay, Felix.
I'm
But
parking the gas station.
are you sure that you want to present it?
Yes. So security the gas station.
Okay, so I will project it. Just give
Please,
me a
please, please.
moment.
The topic restocking the material.
Restocking the materials. I think it is this one. Yes? Is it this
Good.
one?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Thank you. Good evening, teacher. Good evening, guys. I talking about the topic, the process, the material enter in all warehouse. The process begin when the supply ship the material. Sorry. Thank you, thank you. Next teacher. Next picture, please. First, the supply contact to now estimate date of arrival material. And second, the document shared by supplying is reviewed via mail to see it's received by cargo plane or by land container. Next picture, please. The custom process began, and the custom process is in Spanish, aduana. Is correct, teacher?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well,
The custom process is began. Okay. Next picture, please. The material
just remember that you are giving me a training. Felix? I guess he has problem with connection. Felix? Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, teacher, we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes.
Okay, so I
Felix
think that he
losses
has problem with
connection.
connection. Felix? Felix?
transfer.
No, Felix?
Sorry. The connect. Okay. The customer process
Okay, Felix.
began. And,
Hold on, Felix.
okay.
Just remember that you are giving me a training, so you have to give me only the instruction. Do this.
Okay.
And because
Okay. Then do this. Then customer process begin. And next, the material transferred the receiving area. Enter the system checking quality of the material. Next, the inventory analysis, generate and material transfer to all warehouse. And finally, ready material in stock. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Felix. Let's give it up for him. Good. But the same thing happened again.
Okay.
You were describing a process and it was perfect. The process was perfect. But I needed that you gave me instructions. You didn't have instructions. In other words, Félix, sí describió el proceso, lo describió todo muy bien, pero no me dijo ningún paso a seguir. Lo que yo tenía que hacer primero, haz esto, luego haz
Okay.
esto, después haz esto.
Okay.
Pero el proceso, y esto quiero que quede claro, el proceso que ustedes han descrito, que todos han descrito, está perfecto. ¿Sí? Cumple con las características de la descripción de un proceso. Solamente que para la actividad les pedía que utilizáramos los imperativos para que me dieran órdenes. Por ejemplo, introduzca la llave, por ejemplo, para empezar a manejar. Introduzca la llave en la cerradura. Gírela al lado derecho para empezar. Retire entonces, solo me va dando la instrucción. ¿Sí? Si le quiere agregar información, después de la instrucción lo puede agregar. Entonces, por ejemplo, si yo les quiero decir cómo descargar una aplicación, la vez pasada vimos. Entonces, ese era un ejemplo que yo les estaba dando para que ustedes se guiaran cómo tenían que hacer la presentación. ¿Sí? Entonces, ¿cuáles fueron los pasos que ustedes dijeron? ¿Sí? Entonces, dijeron, go to Play Store. Desde allí no me dijeron you, ¿sí? Sino que una vez me dijeron go to Play Store. Search Facebook. Todavía recuerdo que me dijeron eso. Search Facebook. Click on the icon. Open the account or open the app. Open the app. Register. Register yourself. Introduce your information. Search friends. And enjoy this, and this. Finally, contact with many people around the world. So you're just giving me the instruction. And that was the unit about. Unit number 1 was about that, giving instructions in the process, describing the sequence and instruction. Suggestions too. So you could mix them, but you would never start with you. You put this, and this. Only put, and like that. Yes? So the presentation was good, but you didn't include the imperatives. That is the only observation. Yes? Then everything was perfect, but you didn't put what I needed. I needed imperatives at the beginning. Yes? Just that. Thank you. Another person?
Yo.
Do you project it, Omar?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's necessary to upload it on the technology.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to talk about how to replace a tire. First, apply the handbrake and remove all the passengers into the car. Remove all the passenger into the cars and take the tools and spare weld that you necessary. Second, put the chocks to prevent the car rolling while jack it up. And the position of the chocks or large rods isn't the opposite weld the weld to the with a puncture sorry third to the bridge anti-clockwise until the point where the nut is loosened. Don't remove dent completely yet. Okay, the dent. Position the jack at the side of the car close to the puncture well and raise the car slowly until the flat to 15 centimeter of the ground. Now loosen and remove completely the well nuts. Then gently pull the tire towards you until it comes free. To continue, slide the spar weld in line with the well nut slot and put the well nut and tighten by the hand. And after that, lower the jack until the spar weld touch the ground and tighten the well's nuts and tighten the well's nuts completely to finally lower the jack slowly, and that's it. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Let's give it up for him. And that was exactly first instruction and then suggestions or opinion. Good. And just one thing, I heard you say gently, but it is gently.
Gently. Okay.
Just that. Then the rest of the information was very clear and punctual. So good job. Thank you. Next person. Next person. We have David, Ricardo, David, Adolfo, Stanley, Nancy, Lisette.
Okay, me teacher.
Okay, Adolfo first, and
Okay,
then
Adolfo.
Adolfo first, and then.
Please wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to talk the function for quality control. Well, first step need to iPad for find to request by the mechanic needed for any jobs. Then select the request by the mechanic send and and next next of select the request. I need to find the mechanic in the aircraft and asking for what do you need. Later the asking for what do you need. I need, well, he explaining that he need in this moment. Then he explaining, for example, I need to okay to install anything things in the aircraft or I need to certificate the operational test. After that, he explaining, I check the paperwork that the all writing in the task are correct. And after that, check the all writing in the tasker, I find to or I going to area well where don't the where works where he works perform and inspect if everything is okay. After the check the paperwork, after the check the area, I can say, oh, is all everything is okay, no problem. But if exists any mistake, I can reject the job. And finally, if everything is okay, I can sign off the step or I can sign off the tasker. And that's all.
Okay, thank you. Let's give it up for him. Good job. Now, you did it, but you did it different too, because you were describing the steps like if you do it. So you say first I put this, then after that I no. After that I again. So you were describing the process, but you didn't give me instruction like do it one, do this, 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 this. It was more like
Yes.
I do this, and after that I do this, and after that I do this. So it was more about you, and you never gave me the instruction. It is possible what you were saying, and it is 100% correct. But I needed that you gave me instructions. Yes, that was the only thing. But then the rest of the information and what you were saying is correct. Yes, thank you, Adolfo.
Okay, thank you.
Now, David, remember to give me instructions. Like if I am learning, I want to do what you are saying. So only give me the instructions. And then the rest, yes, you can add more information. Step, instruction, extra information. Step, next, later, after that, that is a step. Instruction, put, do, open, close, paint. Yes, like this.
Okay.
Then extra information. So you can project it, David.
Can you see? Yes.
It's it it's loading right now. There it is.
Good evening, class. I'm going to talk about for the remove and install the trailer for a leader on A320 Airbus aircraft. First, get into the cockpit and write the note when you use for the cockpit. For the system, you move the tail. And upside the cockpit and get in for the platform and you visual expression for the component in this component it is in this part and C for the component and use the tool and remove for the actuator. After that, and clean the hardware and visual inspection for the old hardware. And you need new hardware, you can how do you say player, teacher?
Continue, baby. Continue.
Okay. And after that, and visual inspection and clean the hardware. And finally, getting the platform and install the new hardware and get ready for the test. And finally, for the you see don't phone leak is only that.
Good job, David. Thank you. Let's give it up for him. Okay, three things. First, you were describing the number of the aircraft like another person did it at the beginning in Spanish. So you can say it in English too.
Yeah.
That one. But I guess because you use it in Spanish all the time and like that. Then the pronunciation is components. Components. Not
Component.
components, but components. And I didn't give you, or I don't usually give you vocabulary when it is your presentation because it is your presentation. And I
Yeah.
asked you yesterday, I sent you a message, get all the vocabulary that you will use in the presentations. Because sometimes well, not you, but you all are asking, how do you say in the middle of the presentation? So you stop all the fluency that you're having. If you have fluency, you're stopping it, or the attention of your classmates is not like the same because you interrupted the attention that they were paying to you. Yes, so just try to get the vocabulary that you will use so that you don't stop in the middle of the presentation and your classmate can understand all the sequence without interruption, only that. Yes. And I forgot one thing at the beginning of the presentation. I will talk about, or I'm going to talk about, but you don't say about for. You only say about. I'm going to talk about, and then what you're going to talk about, but not about for. I'm going to talk about for, only about, and then the thing that you're going to talk about. But the explanation was good. The steps were in the correct order. You were using imperatives. You were giving extra information, and that was good. Thank you, David. Now, Nancy wants to present. Yes, Nancy. So you can project it, Nancy.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to talk about um, how to print and non-routines for maintenance job. First is double click on the air system icon. Then enter a username and password. Next, choose option 12 and 7 and press double enter. Then enter the number of the non-routine to print. After that, another screen opens where you must enter username and password to print again. Click on generate and later the loaded non-routines appears. Click on print and finally it is saved with the plain package. Only that.
Okay, it was an easy description, but you used all the structures, so it was good. Thank you. Let's give it up for her. Who's missing? Lisette, Stanley. So Stanley will project right now.
Project. Let me know if you can see.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. Tonight I'm gonna to explain a very important process that every year we have to do. And I'm talking about filling income tax return. This month is we start to do this statement. So I want to explain. Try to explain. First, you have to go to the website that I show you here. That is portal DGI dot service center. Right? When you are in this page, the second step is that you're gonna put your information here. That is your user and your password. Yeah, after that, the 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 third step that you have to do is select the statement that you have to present. In this case, gonna be the F11, Declaración de Impuestos sobre la Renta. And the next step, you have to select that start to present the statement. After that, the page that gonna show you is this, where you're gonna find the information that the company reports to the Ministerio de Hacienda. In this part, you're gonna find the incomes that you have the last year. In the below part, you're gonna see all the expense that you have to deduction. And the next step, you're gonna if we have to complete information. It's not necessary to complete. You can select no completar esta información. Then it's gonna appear this button say next. You select, and the next step is gonna be if you have to receive money from the government, and you have to select if you want to receive it in your account bank, or if you want to receive it in a cash, where you have to select some of them. Then gonna appear the bottom that say next. And the next step that you have
Is it me or he left?
He left. I can listen to her.
I guess he had problem with connection. No, but he's there. Stanley, can you hear me? Stanley?
Sounds failed.
Stanley?
Hello. You hear me now?
Yeah, now we can. Stanley?
Hello.
Yeah, we couldn't hear the last part, what you were saying. We stopped in the part where you were saying that you can choose a bank account or cash. So that was the last thing that we heard. Stanley?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I was telling you that the last thing that we heard was that you said that we can choose either a bank account or cash. That was the last thing that I heard.
No,
Now you can continue in that.
I'm sorry, we have trouble with my earphone. In this part, right? So
Yes.
you have to choose what you prefer. If you prefer that the deposit in your account bank, or if you want to cash money. And the next step is that you have to complete this form with your personal information. Where that if you have some observation, the ministerial center can contact you, that you go to uh, the ministerial center and solve that observation. The next step is only so that you can check if the all the information was correct. If it's that, you have to select this part. You can check this part, and after that, when you check this part, it's gonna show this button to present the statement. When you select that button, the process has finished and the statement was sent into the Ministerio de Hacienda, and you present the information. That is the last part where you print the print this. Sorry, you can print this statement, and it's finished the process. That's it. That's all.
Good. Thank you, Stanley. Let's give it up for him. But the same thing happened. All the process was good, all the description was perfect, and it is interesting because I think that now we don't need to pay an accountant to do it. Probably we can do it with this idea that you were given, and it is a really important topic. But you never gave instructions. You only say you have to, you have to, you have to, you have to, and I only need the instruction. Go to the website, click on this, select, yes, introduce your information, and like that. Only the instruction. Obviously, you could add more information. For example, you could say, click on bank account or cash. And if you select on bank account, introduce your account number. And if you introduce or if you click on cash, you will receive a code and you have to go to the bank and pick up the money. So something like that. Yes. But first, the instruction. That's what I needed to hear at the beginning, the instruction. I never heard the instruction. I only heard you have to, or like an obligation. You have to, you have to. And it is possible. I'm not telling you that it's not possible. It's possible. But for the presentation today was only instruction. Yes. But then all the information was good. I just have one question. What is the minimal let's say salary to start doing this process? Because I remember in the past was like in colones, but I never understood like this because they never changed the law. They always had it like colones, so I'm not pretty sure about it. Probably you can tell me.
Yes, the minimum to present this statement don't have a minimum. You only have to win $100 and you can present, but it's not to obligation present.
It's not an obligation.
Yes.
When it is an
But
obligation,
if you win $9,000 in a year, it's obligation to present.
9,000.
Yes,
So that is about 700 or 600 a month,
something like that.
something like
Like
that.
that.
Okay. Now, there is something that is called uh, professional service. If it is professional service, you have to do it too.
Yes.
And in that case, it's not optional if it is only 100 or $1,000,
Yeah, yeah, will be
or it's
the
optional.
most. It depends. If you have,
Expenses.
yes, but if you have to pay, yes, is obligation.
Hmm.
But in the other case, it's not obligation.
Because it is a benefit for the government.
Yes.
Okay, good, interesting. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. Good. Let's see another person who's missing. Lisette, are you ready? I guess she's the only one missing. Luna. Change, edit your name, Felix. Lisette, are you there? Lisette Reyes? Well, I think she isn't. So, what I really needed and what I was expecting is that you had to give the instruction first, only the instruction. Go to the website, click, yes, follow the instructions, introduce your information, select this and like that. Obviously, next to the step, next to the instruction, you could give more information. Yes, and that wasn't like the idea. Now, in general, it was good and interesting. You didn't repeat the processes, so that's something positive because in the group, only like 8 people sent the topic that they would talk about. And the other people, I was like, probably they will repeat the topics, but up to this moment, there is not a topic that could be repeated. And Lisette is missing. Also, the other guys, like Francisco, the other Francisco, and Anthony. Now, with people that are missing, what they have to do is that they have to record their video and they will send it to the WhatsApp group. Yes, the ones that are missing. If Lisette can present in some minutes, we will give her the chance to do it here. But if she doesn't do it here in class, she has to send the video to the group, to the WhatsApp group, talking about the same thing that you have to talk here in class about the sequence or steps to do something. Yes? Now, just before Lisette arrives home, because last thing that she said was that she was on her way home, probably she's near her house, so we will wait for her for about 10 minutes. If not, we are going to have other thing. So just to share with you a little bit um, about people who did the activities. Well, Francisco Spire is missing. Manuel Francisco, do you know something about Manuel? No? Something about Manuel? No? No. Okay, so Manuel is missing too. It said Francisco Spire and Manuel. I said Anthony, but it's Manuel. So they have to present. And on Schoology, you found some exercises that you had to complete. You also found a photo evaluado that you needed to complete. So I will share with you who's missing so that you can have an idea on what you can do this weekend. So this is Semana Uno. You will find it there in Schoology. We have Foro Evaluado. We have the amount of people who participated in the Foro Evaluado. There are 15 people, but we need to have more people participating because you are 18. So I have only 15. 3 people are missing. So this was the problem, like the problems that we were describing yesterday, problems and suggestions. So I don't know how to do things correctly at work. So make 3 suggestions. And we have Stanley. Stanley said, you should ask for help. Yes. You should look in. Looking, no, because after should, you need the verb in the base form. So you should look for more information. How to do correctly the things in your work. You shouldn't do these things and you should change your assignments. Good suggestion, good suggestion. And then Eric said, you should read about what you want to do. You should not worry, ask me for help. You should ask to your partner how to do the work. Okay, so Eric commented on Stanley, but it was independent. It had to be independent, like Roberto. You should look for help. You should read the manual procedure. You should be more careful. You should review the instructions. You should never improvise. Exactly. You shouldn't distract at work and like that. Yes? So if someone is missing, you need to complete it. Yes, you need to complete it. That is for evaluado en semana 1. The second activity that is evaluated for this week, week number 1, you have entrega de ejercicios. Remember, I told you yesterday how to do it. You go and click on entrega de ejercicios and you will find 2 documents. The first document is Tarea 1 Semana 1 and the second document is Tarea 2 Semana 1. So you click on the document and inside the document you will find a link. You go to the link, you complete the exercises, you click on finished and then check my answers. You will have the score, you take a picture of the score, a screenshot, and you upload the screenshot. Something similar to Omar, Edwin, and Roberto. I'm going to open, for example, Omar, just to give you an idea about what you have to do. You can only upload the picture or you can put the pictures into a document in Word and then you upload it. So you have the 2 options. This is Omar Crespin. So he got 10. So you can see he uploaded the screenshot. That is the number 1. And he sent only 1. Let me check if there are 2 pictures over here. 1, yes. So he has the 2 pictures over here. Yes. So in one he got 8, in the other one he got 10. So this is what you have to do exactly. Show me the picture about the score that you got. You upload the picture, easy, upload the picture, or create a document on Word and you paste the 2 screenshots and you upload the document. And similar to what Omar did, he uploaded just 1 document with the 2 pictures on it. Yes. Another option can be the 2 pictures. Let's see another person who did it. Oops. Edwin Mendez. So I will check Edwin Mendez activity. And Edwin Mendez uploaded pictures. Only the pictures, not the document, but the pictures. So he did it like this. He took the picture or the screenshot and he uploaded only the screenshot. Then I click over here and I can see the second picture. So he got 10 in the first one and in the second one he got 10 too. Yes. So this is what you have to do: upload the pictures, the two pictures. And the last activity that you had was the presentation. And the oral presentation is where you have examen semanal. So you had to click on here and you needed to upload the presentation. Some of you didn't do it. So what I did was to put the, or to assign the score individually when you were presenting. So you will find your score in Schoology. There you will find the score. You go to My Scores and you can see the score for the presentation that you had today. So for this weekend, for Omar, Roberto, and Edwin, you are free. But for the rest of students who have not studied the exercises, you need to complete them this weekend. So you will have until Sunday to complete the exercises. You complete the exercises, you take the picture when it is the score over there, and you upload it, similar to what Omar, Edwin, and Roberto did. Do you have any questions about it? No?
Tell me the chair.
Yes, Roberto?
Uh, I asked, I asked, I asked you about the exercise which we check at the beginning of the class.
Yes?
We have to do or
No. You are saying about guía de trabajo. No.
yes.
The guía de trabajo is only for you to practice. Yes? Sometimes we complete it in class, like today, we completed at the beginning of the class just to review some topics. Or sometimes you work in groups, in small groups, you work together, you put your names over there and then you upload it. But that is not evaluated, that is only to practice. Yes, to practice. In your
Okay,
case,
thank you.
in your case, I saw that you completed and you uploaded, and it is okay because you practice, and that is the intention. That's why it is over there for you to practice. Yes. Another question? No? No. Okay, let's see if Lisette is ready. Lisette Reyes, are you ready for the presentation? Lisette Reyes. Lisette. I think she's not. She's not at home. So just to finish, last instructions. Next week, because today is last day, remember that we have classes from Monday to Wednesday, so today is last day, and we will continue on Monday. So next week, we will have 3 classes. And then next week, we will have the next 3 classes. But every week is composed of 5 classes. So that means that next week we will have 3, and next week later we will have 3 more, so we will have 6. That means that in the class number 5 we will have an exam. That exam is written. Yes, that exam is written. And I will tell you right now what I need you to do this level. And I guess the ones who were with me in the previous level, you downloaded an application that is called Verbos Irregulares. Yes, you will use it and you will ask me why. Well, in that application, if you remember, you have 3 columns. One column is the verb in the present, the next column is the verb in the past, and the next column is the verb in the past participle. Yes? And that is the important thing that you are going to have in this level. The past participle of the verb is something that you will be using. So I need that you start memorizing those verbs. And in that application, you have the verb, you have the meaning, and you have the pronunciation. So on this weekend, try to memorize at least 10 verbs. At least. If you can memorize more, good for you. Yes, but at least 10 verbs. present, past, and past participle. Present, past, and past participle. So that when we arrive and we start the topic that is present perfect, you can understand it better because you know the verbs. Yes? Just to give you an example. Lisette, are you ready? Are you ready for the presentation, Lisette? Lisette, are you ready? Yes, no? She texted over there, but she doesn't answer. Okay, so just to give you an example, if you say it, that is the present. Ate is the past, and eaten is the past participle. Yes, it is the present, ate is the past, eaten is the past participle. So, what are you using these tenses for? The first one is a simple present. You use it for routine. I eat pupusas every weekend. Routine. Ate, the past. I ate pupusas last week. Eaten, present perfect. The present perfect is similar sometimes to the simple past, but the difference is that you don't say when the action happened. I can tell you, for example, that I have traveled to Europe. I have traveled to Europe. I have been to Europe, but I'm not telling you when. It's like if you say, he estado en Europa, he viajado, he comido, but you don't say when. Yes, you only say what happened in your life, but you don't say when the situation happened. Because if you say when the situation happened, so then you have to use simple past. Yes, and that is the topic that we will have in this level. Sometimes you use the past participle, well, not sometimes, always. You use the past participle for the passive voice too. I heard some of you using passive voice when you were describing, and that is positive too. So you were saying the information is sent. The information is sent. So in that case, that is passive voice. You're using the verb be and then the past participle next to it, and that is passive voice. So you will see all those topics, some of them in basic and some of them in intermediate. So if you start right now memorizing the verbs, every topic that you will have either in basic or intermediate will be easier for you. But if you don't know the verbs, you will be in troubles. So I suggest you start right now, little by little, and not the last day memorizing all the verbs at the same time, because it is impossible. So you can start this weekend with 10 verbs, little by little. If you want to add 10 more, 20 verbs. The application is called Verbos Irregulares. It is in Spanish, Verbos Irregulares. Well, the name is in Spanish, but the application is in English. Verbos Irregulares. It is Play Store. You go to Play Store and then click on the search bar and then type Verbos Irregulares. There is one with an purple icon, if I don't make a mistake, a purple icon, and it has the letter V and the letter I. So that is the application that you need to download. Click on it, download it, then you open it, and it says list of verbs. So you click on the list, you will get the list of verbs with the pronunciation in the present, the meaning in the present, pronunciation in the past, and pronunciation in the past participle too. And at the end, you also have some practice. So you have some exercises that you can complete by using present, by using past, and by using past participle too. Yes? So download that application and practice those verbs. That will be for this weekend. Now, any questions about it?
Yes, teacher, I have a question. Can you repeat the images or the picture,
The
what
picture, the
the
picture
picture of the application?
is it is an icon in purple. In purple, the color is purple. Yes.
Uh,
And
can you see it?
not pretty well. Not pretty well.
Mm,
Let me
I have.
let me see if I can get it over here.
Teacher, can you send a picture on the WhatsApp group?
Yes, I will do it right now. Oh, now it is in English, or maybe because my cell phone is in English, but it's English irregular verbs. English irregular verbs. So I will share it right now. There is the application. It has the verbs in the present, the past, and the past participle. So you can download it and start practicing. There are also more applications that you can download. I can send you this weekend the applications so that you can see if you can download them, and they will help you for listening, for vocabulary. There is a good application for vocabulary, and there is another one for listening and one for grammar. So I will send you also those applications so that you can download, because I really, really need that you try to speak a little bit more, try to organize better your ideas, because you are almost in intermediate. So that means that you need to speak correctly and like that. Yes? When you're working in groups or when you're working in pairs, try to speak as much as possible. If you finish the activity because you are super fast, talk about something else, but try to keep practicing, because for example the day before yesterday and yesterday I entered to some groups and all the microphones were on mute, and then I say, do you finish? Yes, we finished. But you finished the activity and that's it. So try to speak a little bit more, because probably you finish the activity fast because you only give short answers, and maybe that's why you finish first. And maybe in the other group they are still in the first one because the first one spoke a lot. Try to give examples and like that. Yes, so that's my suggestion, and that will help you a lot too. Yes, so I will send you those applications on the weekend too, so that you can download them. Now the attendance, and Lisette is not there, so I guess she will send a video to the WhatsApp group where she will explain the process. So she has to record the video. Felix,
Present.
Joshua was there, but he left. Eric,
Present, present.
Marlon,
Present.
Adolfo,
Present.
Nancy,
Present.
Omar,
Present.
David,
Present.
Francisco Gaitan,
Present.
Stani,
Present. Present.
Constantino,
Present.
Edwin,
Present.
Manuel, not here, Juan Ramirez,
Present, teacher, present.
Lisette. Well, Lisette is there. Francisco Spire, he was like some seconds, but then I don't know what happened to him. Roberto Zuniga.
Present.
Okay, just one thing. For let me check. Francisco Gaitán. I will tell you this in Spanish. Tiene dos perfiles, solo tiene que tener uno. Su primer perfil creo que es este que está con mayúscula. El que está con minúscula, a lo mejor usted está accediendo desde otro dispositivo y se lo reconoce como otra cuenta. Entonces trate de ocupar el primero, el que está con mayúscula, porque no sé de cuál perfil usted subió los ejercicios, porque si le borro el de minúscula, no va a tener los ejercicios en el perfil. Entonces, le voy a borrar el perfil que está con minúscula, que dice Francisco Gaitán con minúscula.
Déjeme chequear primero, teacher, porque me imagino que ese es el perfil de Scholar y yo no podía accesar a uno. Tuve que hacer la cuenta con otro perfil y con otro correo. Creo que
Ok, entonces me manda un mensaje y me dice cuál de los dos dejo, porque tendría que ser uno nada más. Y desde ese perfil tendría que tener las notas ya ahí de ustedes. Los ejercicios, si ya los entregó, tiene que ser con ese perfil, ya no volverlo a cambiar, porque si no, le doy borrar y se le borran los ejercicios también, ¿verdad? Porque allí sí ya
sí,
son dos
claro,
perfiles diferentes, no es el mismo perfil.
correcto.
Ok, me informa entonces. Okay, so that's
Ok,
all for now, guys. Thank you for being there. Good job in your presentations. Next time, just try to remember the instruction. Yes, follow the instruction, and that will be better. So I see you on Monday. Have a nice long weekend and complete the exercises in the Schoology too. Bye, guys. Good night.
wait a minute, wait a
Good
minute,
night.
wait a
Bye,
minute, teacher.
teacher.
Wait a
Bye.
minute.
Good night, everybody.
Go to bots.